What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how is it going?
I'm good, Connor. Would you rather be in a duel with a cowboy or in a jousting match with a professional knight?
Jousting you survive. Also, if this is someone's first episode, it's like an ambush immediately.
Make a choice.
It doesn't normally go like this, I will say, but surely joust because you have a better chance of survival than a duel.
That's actually a fair point. Yeah, you're meant to survive a joust, I think.
Yeah.
But imagine being the lad who lost in the joust.
Can I just... Yeah, but if you lose the duel, you never have to hear about it as well.
Yeah, you never have to deal with it. Like, all your problems are over.
Shaun, this is weird news. What do we do here?
You have spent the week gathering all the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man who has been involved in several fictional fights over the last 7 days.
Have you won?
A man who has been involved in several fictional fights over the last 7 days.
It's a mixed up results, I would say.
Just who can say what constitutes a winner in a tournament, you know?
It's like a scene in Scrubs when JD is imagining himself and he imagines himself as Robin. It's like, it's your own imagination and you're still not that man.
That says more about you than it does about me.
So Shaun, this is weird news. We are starting this week with two men that were lost at sea for 29 days. And why we're covering this story is because of the headline. And that is, men lost at sea for 29 days say it was a nice break.
What goes on in these men's day-to-day lives?
What could be worse?
29 days at sea. And you're like, Jez, fucking, 'tis a shame to go back, though.
And if there's anything else I've remembered from The Simpsons, it's water everywhere, let's all have a drink. So,
True.
that is survival mode has kicked in. I'm ready to go.
How did they survive at sea?
Bear Grylls he'd know. He'd know off the bat.
Sorry, have I talked about Bear Grylls giving himself an enema?
Yeah, you have, but I've also seen that episode. It's ridiculous.
It's fucking ludicrous. So,
guys,
can you do that?
I can't drink it because I can't drink it because my stomach will reject it. I have to put it in another way.
Don't know why it makes a suction noise.
Oh no, I'd get that checked. Two blokes who spent 29 days floating around in the ocean, completely lost, have now said that their enforced break from civilization wasn't all that bad after all, to be honest. They seem pretty circumspect about the best part of a month that they spent listing around the seas of the southern hemisphere before they eventually were rescued some 400 kilometres from where they started.
Jesus, that's a lot of kilometres. Can I just say as well, what news source uses the phrase two blokes and then also uses the phrase circumspect?
I would say Wanda doesn't really understand who it is. It's trying to be something for everyone.
Just to appeal to any market, whether it be the most educated person in the world or just a random guy on the street.
Two blokes. What if you want to appeal to the blokes, Shaun?
Just like, we do want this podcast to appeal to the blokes.
Livian Jr., a pair of sailors from the Solomon Islands, set out to travel to the New George Island, but their GPS system failed and left them lost on the high seas. They planned to keep the west coast of, the Vella La Vella Island and Gizo Island on their left to help them navigate, but managed to get it wrong, which I feel like is something you can't really get wrong.
Yeah,
No, I've never been a sailor, but I'm going to say, right, we have to keep this yoke at our left. I wouldn't do a 180 and go back the other way.
How do you misplace an island? is my question.
Do you see it? Oh, fuck no! Is it to my right? Is it above us?
Like, what if they had just somehow ended up back where they came from? Like, this is like, oh no, it's probably the left. It's like a Grand Canyon situation. So there's islands on either side of you, and you have to decide which one is which.
Now, saying all this, we would definitely die at sea, so we're not going to probably slag them too much, because I think it's a very stormy area as well. So what happened was, they've done the trip before, and it should have been okay, said Junior. However, the rain and the wind came in, obscuring their view of the islands, and eventually getting them completely lost. He continued, when the bad weather came, it was bad. I think he's a weatherman on the side, so Junior is.
We both got swept up in a hurricane. It was, fuck, you wouldn't believe it, lads.
The bad weather wasn't good. I don't want to go out on a limb, lads, but it wasn't good for us because it was raining. I don't know if I mentioned it was bad weather.
Oh, see, I was taking the Irish view, which is like, oh, it's fucking fierce mild.
Can I, for any of our international listeners, what does fierce mild actually mean?
Do you know when a day is neither hot nor cold, neither rainy nor dry?
Oh, it says fierce mild.
Fierce mild, but like it's like, and that's like a regular day. But then that to a severe extent is fierce mild. It's like I think it's just boredom, like that. You're just like, fuck. I even if it lashes rain, I wouldn't care because it'd be something happening.
Oh, but it's aggressively mild.
It's aggressively mild.
It's a sentence that makes no sense. So we couldn't see where we were going, so we just decided to stop the engine and wait to save fuel. So they managed to apparently survive on oranges that they had aboard the boat, as well as coconuts that floated by on the sea.
What
for the 29
fucking fairy
days.
tale is this set in? Like, just the ocean provides.
And they collected rainwater in a canvas sheet to drink.
Jeez, they're very capable men, aren't they?
Oh yeah, like most of us would be dead. But these are like, right, we have the oranges, scurvy. We have that locked in. We have the coconuts, we'll wait. I'm going to go fishing for a coconut later on. Now we have to get the canvas up, collect the sea. No, collect the rain, not the sea.
Don't collect the sea. Oh, Tommy, you collected the sea again.
He's so sick.
I think I would stand a fairly good chance of surviving if I was on a boat stocked with oranges, coconuts magically appeared to me, and I had a fucking water filter on the roof. I think that would be fine.
Right, okay, but what if you're stuck for 29 days with your best pal, who on day 1 is your best pal, but on day 26, is he your best pal? Are these two blokes best pals?
You wouldn't want to fall out on day 28 or so, wouldn't you?
No, I think by that stage you've already gotten through the worst. It's like, okay, cool. I would say day 5. Day 5 would be tough.
Do you imagine if we were stranded on a boat together? Because it would just be this. It would just be us chatting shit for days on end.
I would drive you insane because I think you would be like, let's solve the problem. And get like anxious, like I want to do it now. And I'd be like, it'd be grand. We'll sort it out.
Sorry, you think I would get anxious, Connor?
Yes.
Oh, he's right. He's very right.
Which one of us was the first to break on the other one?
Oh, I'm the first to break. I break within the first 48 hours, I would say.
I think you start off with the right intentions. You're like, we're going to get out of this. But after, I would say, 23 hours of maybe not seeing the results you wanted, you would just give up and just go, well, we're dead. And just maybe sit down and go, well, we're done now. What can we do?
Don't play Snap.
I think I'd be a slower mover. I'd be slow on day 1, but by about day 5 I go, well, I may do something. He's sitting down crying. I suppose I better do something.
You just start gathering my tears and like, Shaun, we have something to drink.
Keep going.
You're gonna die here.
So eventually they were both rescued by a fisher off the coast. He added, we didn't know where we were, but we did not expect to be in another country, as they had travelled the whole way to Papua New Guinea without even knowing it. Despite the fact that it sounds quite bad, both men have managed to take some positives from their ordeal. For one thing, they said that they didn't hear anything about COVID-19 for 29 days.
What a fucking dad or so. Just fucking nice to get away from all the bad news, isn't it?
Get away from it all, huh? Get away from everything. A bit me time.
Bit me time with me best pal.
More like on social media, if you ask me. I think we really reconnected.
Maybe we're the virus.
Yeah, they've come back. They've come back with that attitude non-stop. And their family just rolling their eyes. Oh, fuck it. And here he goes again. Oh,
like,
sake.
If this happens, you never need another thing to happen to you again in life. Is it? Because this is your story now. Like, if you're out for a meal with people and they're like, oh, I went interrailing and I travelled across Europe. I was stranded at sea for a month.
But can I make the point that I feel like they've fucked up? For the sole reason that the exact quote was, I look forward to going home, but I guess it was a nice break from everything. This is what they said. Now, if you are that man's boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, you're at home with the kids, your employer, anyone who knows him, right? Other than the other guy on the boat, anyone who's actually at home, are they thinking, he'd rather get fucking stranded in the ocean than hang out with me?
Wouldn't it be terrible if, like, say, 21 days after they went missing, there was a big family engagement planned with the in-laws?
Oh.
And because you can't go missing the day before, because that's like, he's just trying to dodge it.
That's heavily suspect if it's the day before. Week before even is still too soon.
Yeah, but 3 weeks before.
Oh, I'm after forgetting her birthday. It's next month. Oh, fuck. What do I do? I can't bake my own day.
Shipping times are ridiculous these days.
Yeah, you can't get ordered. 6 weeks. I don't have 6 weeks. Oh, fuck.
All I have is a boat and my best buddy.
And he has to convince his buddies also waiting on an order. They said 8 weeks for me. Fucking Etsy. Order from all over the world I am.
Oh, that's far too specific to be made up on the spot, Connor.
I just think that if you're at home waiting on this loved one and they get back and go, jeez, that was a great 29 days I spent stranded at sea with nobody around other than my best pal. I mean, I don't know.
But can you not say that if you came back from being stranded at sea and the slightest thing inconvenienced you, you wouldn't just be like, jeez, sometimes I wish.
Don't you make me go back there. Like talking to his son.
You're having like a fight with your son and you're in like the sitting room and you just start putting on a life vest and walking out the door.
He won't do his homework. And you're just like looking at him putting on your welly boots and your hat. You're like, I'll fucking leave. I don't give a shit, Timmy.
And then you hook the trailer up to the car and the boat's on the back of it.
Honey, have you seen my fishing rod? I'm going to bring it. Bit of entertainment. You know what I mean? Timmy, this is your fault. This is all you. I'm bringing your mother this time.
It's your fault we're leaving.
The ultimate threat. I'm going back to the ocean. I don't give a fuck, boys.
Yeah, I'm going to go be with someone who understands me.
The Atlantic. Yes. Shaun, we're going to move on from that story. That just really caught my eye because they were like 29 days. It wasn't that bad. Because I'm sure when they came back, the news were looking for a headline to be like, how bad was it?
Yeah, actually, hell on earth. They wanted them to say.
It was fine, to be honest.
It was grand.
We're moving on to our next piece of news, Shaun. And this is something that really caught my eye. And it's something that's so randomly weird, but also made me laugh because of how minorly stupid it is that, excellent. I mean, excellent. I'm all in on it. Because in China, there is a current trend going on where large groups of middle-aged and older women will go out in public, into public parks and sports grounds and all that kind of stuff, and exercise. along to music, Shaun.
Right.
And it's gotten to the point where they've been going out in the early hours of the morning or late in the afternoon. They all just gather and then they go out in a big group and they go dancing to some music.
Okay.
It's seen as it's a nice thing.
Wholesome, I would say.
It's a wholesome thing. Now, the word that they use here is takeover. And they also...
As in hostile takeover.
I have the three phrases I'm going to use. Takeover, alarming standoffs, blaring music. Also, disturbing the peace.
Of course. Just the cherry on top of the cake. So is this like a movement kind of thing that they're doing? Or is just one specific group blaring loud music at 5 a.m. and doing yoga?
So, here's the thing. Because this became such a problem, people started going into how do we fight back?
Yeah.
How do we take out these people? Because we can't confront them. So they have to go for maybe some tech solutions. And we may have found it as China's noisy dancing grannies are silenced by a device that disables speakers.
What?
China's noisy dancing grannies are silenced by a device that disables speakers.
So they're doing EMPs on these people.
They're EMPing the grannies, yes.
Oh, but the pacemakers, Connor.
I can't dance.
Right. So
across China's public parks and squares, in the early hours of the morning or late in the afternoon, the grannies gather, Shaun. The gangs, made up mostly of middle-aged and older women who went through the Cultural Revolution, take to a corner of a local park or sporting ground and dance in unison to Chinese music. Loud Chinese music, Shaun.
okay.
The tradition has led to alarming standoffs, with the blaring music frequently blamed for disturbing the peace in often high-density residential areas. But many are too scared to confront the women, Shaun. They are a gang. They have overtaken the streets. Nobody can defeat them.
They've got their leather jackets and switchblades at the ready.
Yes. I mean, one granny. You try and convince one granny to do something. That's bad enough. You got a group of 10 of them.
Yeah, try and convince one granny you don't want a slice of cake.
Oh. Now imagine that granny wants to dance.
Oh. And you, young fuck, are coming up.
You, Kevin Bacon. You hater.
Are coming up and telling her and all of her lovely new friends
Yeah.
to stop dancing to traditional Chinese music.
Ooh. The dilemma of the dancing grannies has prompted some to seek out tech solutions. One went viral online this week, a remote stun gun style device that claims to be able to disable a speaker from 50 metres away, because you have to keep your distance, because if they
That
notice
doesn't seem legal. That does not seem alright to have for just a fucking civilian to have.
What they're saying is they're sniping speakers just to not be in the vicinity when the music stops, because it'll kick off.
Absolute. I would wager it would be less dangerous to fire an actual sniper rifle at the speaker rather than some weird ray gun based shit that you've bought off eBay.
China is home to an estimated 100 million dancing grannies.
Jesus fuck. What?
That's a big gang. You
That's
try to
like
take
15
them out.
Irelands.
Yeah, quite a lot. They're all dancing, Shaun.
My God, I didn't know how big this has gotten.
Yeah, they form strong bonds, often shopping or doing other activities together, including group investments. What are they, on the stock exchange?
Yeah, are they starting some kind of hedge fund?
They're big into cryptocurrency. State media has described the dancing, which has its roots in the Cultural Revolution of the 60s, as a positive and effective way to get a lot of older people together. Now, that's seen as one way, but another thing is, they're all gathering in the one area and are dancing to loud music constantly, and basically in the early hours of the morning annoying everyone.
Yeah. Look, good to know. Okay, so if that had been a group of 20-year-olds...
Oh my god, Sorry,
continue.
This is context we need. Neighbours complain it has gotten out of control with competing groups blasting their music over each other in small areas and bullying those who try to intervene.
There's actual gang wars going... Like, there's territories here.
There's fucking territories in the dancing, and anyone who tries to step in the middle is getting bullied.
What the What if you're just like a passerby? Does that affect anything?
Yeah, that's why you have to keep your distance when you're shutting down speakers. If you get caught in the crosshairs of the gang war, you're dead.
I want you to imagine what that speaker silencer sounds like. I'm sending you a link right now that I want you to look at.
Because
it looks it's called
Noise Be Gone.
Noisebegone.com. And it looks exactly like you imagine.
It looks like just like one of the old satellites or dishes.
Aerials.
Yeah, aerials that we used to have, just like when the very early Sky came in.
Yeah, back when we had about 7 channels.
Yeah, oh my god.
But it's that hooked up to like a power transformer.
So you walk out to the street, you put that on the shoulder, and you like snipe the speakers.
I would wager you put a scope on top just for accuracy's sake.
Of course. Well, I'm not an idiot, Sean. Of course I'm putting the scope on top.
But for the listeners, they need to know.
I assumed there was a scope on top. I mean, my favourite is the fact that viral videos and reports have shown the groups. The groups, remember, are old ladies arguing and fighting with basketball players to take over their court, or in one case, breaking into a football field and stopping the game to dance in the space.
Jesus. They're actually being a menace then. Like, they're actually upsetting the public.
So this story is there's a group of old women in China, several groups, going around just causing shithousery and devilment.
I will say I was on the side of these ladies at first, but they're literally just bullying people out of basketball parks.
If this was a gang of young people, you'd say those youths, they need to be taught a lesson. They're hooligans. But because it's grannies, they lose the hooligan tag shot. I think we bring it back.
Are we bringing back hooliganism? Is that what we're introducing? Is that what the Irish are gifting to China? Because China gifted us the spice bag, so...
They don't even know what that is, to be honest.
That is not Chinese cuisine.
That is an Irish creation. And as we all know, Ireland is known for its cuisine.
You ever have Call Cannon? Do you know what that is, lads? It's just fucking spuds and cabbage.
Have a few Guinness, it'll fuel you up for the day.
It's got iron in it or some shit.
Shaun, what's the idea here? How do we stop these grannies? They are causing absolute mayhem in the cities. They're causing fights between themselves, but then it feels like if someone tries to intervene on the dance-off, maybe they all turn on the new person.
Have you seen Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet?
Yes.
A film famously about gangs, an original story. So what we need
original story.
100 million rival group of middle-aged / elderly men who come in and do dancing to Chinese traditional music, right?
Oh, fuck.
And then
you don't want young Leo anywhere near this. His cheeks will be pinched off. He's not safe.
He'll be less. He'll Glasgow smile himself by the end of it. But what do you need now? Look, it's going to get worse before it gets better because you need a bit of fighting between the men and the women doing the dancing, right?
Okay.
But eventually, one of each group will fall in love.
West Side Story.
West Side Story, of course. Or Romeo and Juliet, whichever. And then
or any other one. Most of them.
I've not seen Fame, but maybe.
We'll dance until we're in love is normally the idea.
That's it. And then they both take... One of them takes a poison. Well, it's not a poison. It's to make them go to sleep.
But if they find these people dead, they're going to be like, well, let's probably natural causes, like, it's not...
No, they died dancing, though.
Oh shit, okay.
So,
your plan is to introduce more gangs.
I want double the amount of gangs.
Right.
So that just 2 individuals can fall in love and die, and then all differences between the gangs, or the families,
La
will
Familias.
be... La Familias.
What about
will
splinter
be
groups?
Recouped. What about what?
Splinter groups. So, like, you got the big don saying, guys, let's hold back. I don't need this.
Yeah.
But there's always going to be one uppity lower guy. I'm going to start my own dancing crew.
But what percentage of splinter groups are there from the groups that are happily coalesced with the other dancers, Connor? So now you have double the might, taking down, I would say, barely a 20th.
So your idea
size.
is to not get involved at all, just introduce more music and dancing until we can all just maybe not get on with our lives, nobody can play any football, no basketball players are allowed, just everyone stop everything.
In the words of patron saints of China, the Beastie Boys, you gotta fight for your right to party.
And with that, we will move on to our next news story. I think you've solved it.
I think I'm ashamed of myself.
I think you should be. We're moving on to our next piece of news, Shaun, and I have a mystery for you. Because residents in Charlton, in Manchester, they are shocked and appalled, Shaun. There is a phantom bush trimmer operating under the cover of darkness.
Not a very stealthy job, I would
almost say the worst of all stealth moves is to trim a bush in the night time.
And I will say, because I'm still working from home, I live very near to a local church, right?
Yeah.
A lot of bushes outside that church. They've been being trimmed the last week, and I have not heard anything fucking else.
Yeah.
So, for that to be happening in the dead of night...
And I feel like this article is written by someone like on the edge. Like this is the last thing they needed, because this is the most like brought up. It's completely exaggerated beyond belief that this is the be all end all. This is the end of times. That this person is still out there, not being caught. Because residents have launched a desperate search for a figure known only as the Phantom Bush Trimmer. A man from Charlton, Manchester, sent shockwaves through the community this week when he shared a photo of his front garden to the local Facebook page, Shaun. Shockwaves. Now, you probably felt the shockwaves because they probably went worldwide, but I mean, we weren't talking about because we were held to an NDA on this particular subject until today.
That's true. Governments around the world silenced us, but now we are free to speak.
Shockwaves through the community. He explained that someone, I can't even say,
or something,
the Mothman, someone or something had been interfering with his foliage without his permission, Shaun, and asked if anyone could shed some light on what had been going on. Fuck.
Okay, so we've set the scene. A man is distressed. A garden destroyed.
He's been interfered with, really.
I love the phrase interfered with, by the way. I think that's excellent.
It's added a whole other level. And also, have you noticed Desperate Search, Shockwaves, interfered with... It's a level that really resigned for probably a more serious story, but this is serious.
This is what's properly going on, guys.
This is real news.
Yeah, and so hang on. Just one thing on the interfered with line. It implies that the person whose garden had been interfered with had other plans for that garden. Maybe leave the shrubs grow wild. But
I think it's his bush, his choice. Is I think really the phrase, isn't it?
Those are the T-shirts you had printed. Yeah.
Didn't get much sales, to be honest. People kept looking at me weird.
They wore to mass and everything.
And they're just like, someone came down, just tapped me, was like, you may leave, lad. Just honestly.
You're making a show of yourself, honestly.
Even we're like, that's a bit fucking far. And you know what we've done? Fuck's sake. So he said that he wrote a bit of a weird one. This, at some point in the last couple of days, my front bush has been mysteriously trimmed by a person or persons unknown. Who could do this? And then he adds, in all caps, this whole sentence is in caps, who is the Charlton Phantom Bush Trimmer? He spells Charlton wrong there. He says Charlton Phantom Bush Trimmer. So he doesn't know where he lives because he's stressed at this point. He's not thinking straight, Shaun.
Yeah, his world has been rocked over the last couple of days. I've got some theories myself, but I might wait to receive more information before I divulge them, Connor.
Well, the photo itself is truly, and they say in this article, haunting, Shaun. Half of the hedge looks in decent enough nick, while the other is an ungodly mess. A shadow of its, no doubt, former glory.
Well, by all accounts, half of the hedge was only decent, so what fucking glory are we talking about?
Yes, but maybe they attacked the other half, but not as much.
What if they repaired that half?
Or they were they were trying to repair it and they went too far. Like when you're shaving, you accidentally go, I may get rid of the whole thing now.
I'm clean shaven now for the next while. Or like in Father Ted, where he's trying to fix the dent in the car. And just a little tap of amber. Yeah.
Now, since the appeal was posted, it has really caught the attention of the local residents, Shaun. Sadly, however, but not totally unexpected. It seems the word bush has brought out the most puerile humour in some of the town's inhabitants, and they're not taking it seriously at all, Shaun.
What's funny about the word bush, Connor?
I don't know. If you're puerile, if you're puerile humour.
I suppose the way he handled 9/11 was fairly fucking disgraceful.
Jeez. His dad, though. His dad. Now, somebody came in here. Now, I think this is fucking ridiculous. Someone's come in and said, did they do the back or just the crack and sack? And I think that's outrageous. Someone also quipped, it ain't the 70s, man. You didn't need it in the first place. And I just think it's got a bit... It's a bit infantile.
Yeah, let's address... Like, look, we have fun here on Weird News. It's just two regular guys chatting about things that happen in the world. Two blokes lost at sea. And so we would never steep to such levels as making... I'll go ahead and say it, Connor. Juvenile remarks.
I love the fact, right, that this is the easiest slam dunk ever, and we won't make this joke, but we'll make like 20 terrible ones about something stupid.
Absolutely, but and that's the thing. It's too easy.
It's too easy.
It's handed to you on a platter. No, yeah. We've all listened to the episode where we talk about the penis statue on a mountain.
Yeah,
that required skill. To pull off as an episode.
Nuance, I think is the word.
Actually, skill to pull off. That's probably a pretty good title for that episode.
Don't be pure, right, Shaun? Come on.
Sorry. Let's get back to this man's bush. What's going on?
Doesn't take fucking skill. That only takes horror and determination, I would say.
It's a challenge. It is a challenge, ladies and gentlemen.
Another... Oh no, that's terrible. You can wear a ski mask and remain anonymous. DM me, please, said someone. Oh yes, how very funny. But this is no laughing matter. Adding to his original post, the victim urged people to come and see him if they needed a hand and with their bush, and not the mysterious phantom, he said. I mean, I don't know if he asked anyone, or if he asked the phantom to do this for him, but there's somebody out there, under the darkness of night, ruining people's... I'm going to say hedges,
shrubbery. Like you don't have to say but. Also, when he was saying design, how did he phrase that? Like, does your bush need tending? Is that the language he used? I'm just trying to establish the vernacular of the situation.
Yeah, Your Honour. Your Honour, I'm just trying to get the vernacular. I want to be accurate.
Look, I know one person in particular who, look, very good with a blade, maybe a little bit clumsy at the start.
Oh, okay.
But over a certain length of time, he learns that it's not what's different that makes him special, it's what's him that makes him special.
Fuck. Okay.
We've all seen Edward Scissorhands. And bad time to take a drink of coffee, my friend. And so
I didn't know where you were going.
Start of the movie. What's Edward up to? He's chopping everything up. He can't get dressed. He can't. I think he tries to cut a bush at one point and he fucks it up rightly.
Is this the origin story of a real life Edward Scissorhands? Is that what we're saying?
You mean to tell me that in the entire world right now, and everything going on, and as far as science has come, you don't think there's an actual Edward Scissorhands man out there?
Like a man born with scissor hands.
I would say grafted onto him as a child, but correct. I think Edward Scissorhands was a puppet as well. I think he was a machine. Like, he wasn't a human, was he?
Well, then we're going into robot territory. And so, can we shut him off using the speaker shut-off system if it happens again?
I mean, that is our last hope, isn't it?
It's our last hope. Shaun, this just tells us, right, that nobody did this electrically, right? This was not done using an electric head trimmer, which implies that somebody came along with, I'm assuming, a machete in the darkness of night and chopped up this man's hedge for no reason other than just probably shithousery. What's the story?
So you're suspecting Danny Trejo is what you're doing?
I'm suspecting the actor Danny Trejo, yes.
See, because it could be a machete. Could also be like a handheld shears kind of situation.
You gone old school. That's better.
Yeah, I feel you could do a lot of damage with that to a hedge. There was a while in my back garden, there was like this old overgrown part way in the back. I say this like I grew up on like fucking landed gentry kind of a thing.
Yeah, and did you like sneak down there one time and there was like a mysterious alleyway or a mysterious hole into a different world?
It was through a wardrobe, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
But we used it was a bill hook is what it was, and it's like a machete but curved. Originally used for harvesting crops. We just had one of these hanging around. So me and my brother used to just go hack away at some shrubbery for a while. Then we get tired and come in for dinner.
And they say kids didn't have good times.
No,
these days they'll never understand the joy of a good hack around.
Just fucking hacking away at a fucking tree stump, lads. Oh, it's the best crack. You don't even know.
Call your now your brother. Now, unfortunately, he did lose both arms. But to be fair, he shouldn't have been standing in front of the shrub. You were having a hack.
That's true. We had just come back from Charlton, and oh no, I have said too much. This was last week.
I'm gonna. We will keep up to date on this story. If he strikes again, I'm saying it's a he. Could be anything. If they strike again, we will be on that because this could be the start of a pattern.
Can I make a wild claim?
Go for it.
What if it's a baby brontosaurus? Because he'd be the right height to fuck up a hedge in one particular spot.
He fucking would. would. So you're saying this lad, he's done like a Jurassic Park kind of situation. He's brought them back to life and they've got out of hand.
I was thinking more of a Land Before Time, but yeah, they're all the same dinosaur.
Yeah, basically along the same lines. But he's like genetically modifying dinosaurs in his lab.
Yeah. No, not this guy who owns the hedge in particular.
Next door,
or across the street, and the dinosaurs grew up in the lab and they just keep looking at the hedge and they're fucking starving.
Next door is Richard Attenborough.
Don't you mean David Attenborough?
No, not David. No, his brother.
Oh, so no one commentates on it. It's just
no, it's Jurassic Park.
I see. Of course, I'm sorry.
We're moving on to our next piece of news, Shaun, and I have another story about hedges, kind of. It's about a tree, because a man in Queens is refusing to come down from a tree. That's a story.
God damn it, Queens, you've done it again.
A man is refusing to come down from a tree after climbing up from the roof of a home in Queens. It all began, he's been up there for 3 days now, Shaun, in a standoff with the police.
Have you... Okay. I might tell this story, but no one's going to get it, so if you want me to cut it out, tell me after.
Go for it.
Have you seen the Irish short film called Claire Suspare?
No.
Okay.
Shaun, I haven't.
It's a story. Claire Suspare means Claire in the sky, right? And it's about this woman who's so fucking sick of her family just being dickheads the whole time.
Right.
She climbs up a tree in the back garden and decides to set the world record for most time spent in a tree.
That'll show him. We got him good.
That'll learn him. So I think this man in Queens, big Irish contingent in New York, Connor.
Oh. Okay.
What if this man has seen Claire Suspare and is like,
I mean,
well,
that is a wild shot in the dark, just due to the fact that I don't think anyone in Ireland other than you has seen that movie.
It was a Leaving Cert film. It was that we saw Claire Suspare, we saw Caucamillish with Brendan Gleeson.
What does Caucamillish mean in English, Shaun?
It just means sweet cake.
Sweet cake, yeah.
Sweet cake. I won't go into the plot details. We'll save that for the Patreon. And then there's also Yu Ming is Annam Dum, which stars, which features. He pops up at the end. It's Frank Kelly from Father Ted. Yeah, right.
I'm glad we went over to the curriculum for next year. So if anyone internationally is going into your last year of school, next year. Now you have an idea on the curriculum. You're going to get to be able to keep up with it.
Fucking join the Patreon. We'll be doing a breakdown. We'll be doing all the syllabus. We're an educational show now.
English for dummies.
English for Irish.
So, Shaun, look, it all began on Wednesday afternoon on the roof of the 145th Street home in the Brookville section. What happened was that the man just climbed up the tree, right? And they tried to get him out, but he says he wants to stay up there, a neighbour said. Because the man's mother called the police at around 12:45 p.m. on Wednesday, claiming he was threatening her. That's when he took off to the rooftop and laid her to the tree. So he got called and she said, he's threatening me. So the police are arriving. He's like, I need to get away.
Yeah.
Quick. Up the tree outside, they'll never spot me. So, especially in the Halloween times when all the leaves are there, I'll be hidden. And so, it's...
I feel like this is a Home Alone story, but I'll roll with it for now.
So what happened was he went into the tree, and so some of his friends he plays with tried to coax him down, but how
old is this man?
I think he's a grown man, but apparently his friends, when they went up, they were just aggravating him more, said one neighbour.
Fuck off.
Come on down, lad. You're not in that much trouble. It's gonna be fine. Honestly,
it'd be grand. Just come down. We'll sort it out. We'll play Halo. What do friends do?
It's been so long. That'll be on the Patreon. We'll try and figure it out.
Just always learning how to be humans.
So the police said that there is a warrant out for the man's arrest. So he knows that. So he's gone up to the tree. It's been 1 day, waited to 2 days, waited to 3 days. Instead, I love the fact that they talked to the New York Police Department chaplain, Dr. Reba Perry, who said, this is something he does all the time. He gets in the tree. It's not unusual for him to be in the tree. I mean, and then she says something that at the moment Reba's funny, because that's a really dumb thing to say. He climbs the tree. He'll be in the tree. But she takes a different stance, Shaun. You'll know where it comes, because her next line is, he's from Haiti. They climb trees there.
Oh no. What?
She was doing so well. She was doing so well.
As like a representative of the New York Police Department.
Yeah.
But then to just throw that in at the end is entirely fucked. You know what I would say?
Go on.
I would say let her try and live in a tree.
Yeah, it's harder than it looks.
Yeah, you ever tried to climb a tree?
I did once, and I climbed up it, and then I started crying, and I was like, somebody help me down. I'm stuck.
I did that in a wall once. God, it's mad that we're friends.
A wall? How high is the wall?
Well, I was about 3 foot, so the wall must have been 100 metres, I would say.
I would say 300 feet, yeah.
Yeah, so I climbed up, and I climbed up grand, because it was like a stacked stone wall, so it had like inbuilt ledges. And then my granddad had to come out, and I want to say I like jumped from a great height and he caught me, but he literally like picked me off the wall. And he was probably about the height that I am now.
Yeah, so quite high. You are 17 feet tall.
That's true. And it's a nightmare getting the microphone that works for me, but by God you did it, Connor.
I tried. So as people on the block began to gather, police set up a mat in the front yard. A priest, a hospital workers, and more negotiators arrived. What the fuck is this? A joke? Like, is this a gag?
Why, like, if there was one department that media has taught me specialises in getting things out of trees, it's the fire department. The only one that they haven't called to this scene. So
they've got the police. They arrive. They bring a priest. Like there's like
in case he dies and he needs last rites. Like
they brought hospital workers in case he doesn't die, but he's on the verge.
Yeah.
The more negotiators and the man's brother all have arrived to try and talk him out of the fucking tree.
Like, is it a big tree? Do we have like a police sketch of the tree? Because is there like a tree house kind of situation?
Have you seen this tree?
He's up in
the tree for 3 days. He's been up there, and they've brought the priest, they've brought the hospital workers, they've brought the brother, they've brought multiple negotiators, they've brought the police. Nobody can get him down from this tree. And to be fair, he is quoted as saying, "I don't want to go back to jail," which I think strong words from the man there.
Look, it's a sentiment many could agree with. Is he taking food and water? Or
I'm assuming somebody's giving him food and water until he comes down.
Yeah. Like, because isn't it like he can survive 3 days without water is like the rule?
Yeah, but somebody surely would have, like his brother was there, so maybe he threw him up water.
Yeah, maybe he has like a big pulley situation. And he's just like bringing up a basket of baked
It's definitely just like a little shitty tree outside his house.
Oh, it's not comfortable by any means, I would say.
How's he sleeping?
I suppose, how much prep time did he have before he went in the tree?
Didn't have any prep time. His mother said, "I'm ringing the police. They're coming." He ran to the rooftop, got on the tree.
Right, okay, so he couldn't have like grabbed her, because if I was intending to sleep in a tree, I'd like tie myself to the tree while I sleep.
No, I don't think he brought the rope or anything.
Because it'd be real embarrassing to fall out during the night and then have to climb back up in front of all the...
Well, I mean, they've told us that they have brought mats and they've put it all around the tree, so there's literally nowhere he can go, because there's just mats all on the ground, and then they just have the priest there, I'm sure, just like doing last rites constantly. You've got the service workers over there, you've got the 5 negotiators there, and there's like somebody on the far side, there's like a hostage negotiation, like, would you hold on, we have to get a lad out of a fucking tree.
Man the tree here. Fucking, do you think the priest is just like being like, while we're here, lads, does anyone want an exorcism, like, just in case?
I'll do one on the tree. Will I do one on the tree, lads? I'd be a laugh.
Exercise the tree, lads. Oh, God. Oh, no. Don't make me. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll exercise the tree.
And he keeps, like, motioning to do it real quick. Like, No. Oh, you thought I was going to fucking bring the holy water out, didn't you? I had you again. That's the 5th time today.
Be a terrible, like, because you know the story of the burning bush in the Bible, in one of the testaments.
Our favourite. we went to Catholic school in Ireland. Go on.
Yeah, burning bush. God speaks through fire and on a bush. What if that took place right then and there on the tree?
Oh, fuck.
And like some higher power was just like, here, stop performing exorcisms on random things. And while this conversation is going on, your man is just burning up in the tree.
That is so dark. But also, I love the idea that we've just concentrated more on the priest, because this guy, he's literally just, he's got a warrant out for his arrest and he's just sitting in a tree until he eventually gets bored and will come down. But the funny story is it's been there for 3 days.
So how does everyone who's present to help, how do they pass the time? Because think about like any... But do you know, I would treat it like at a retail job. So like no one's in the shop, but you have to stay there. You can't just leave. So you just talk shite with the other people who are there. But
they are aggravating him. They said the neighbours were aggravating him, or his friends. Like, come on, lad. Honestly, come on now.
Yeah. Like his friends are like throwing fucking like snaps at him while he's in the tree.
Like if we were in the tree, our friends would throw rocks at us. 100%.
Yeah, we have wronged many of our friends, it turns out.
I threw rocks at them when they were in the tree, Shaun.
We all
I'm
throw
sorry.
rocks at each other because because we've all sinned.
I'm not even no more stuff. I'm lighting a candle for you now if you keep that up. So we're finishing off weird news this week. Go on.
Can I say I wanted to make a burning bush joke in an earlier story, but just didn't work for me right then. Didn't work because we had a phantom trimmer. He would have sorted that right out. Phantom trimmer.
He's known as the Phantom Bush Trimmer.
That's not a real thing. It's not like a banshee, is it?
That's his villain name. That's on his outfit.
PBT.
Phantom Bush Trimmer.
But he spells it wrong, so it's an F. Fantum. That's how he spells it.
They were out of peas, okay? Sorry.
Give me a little artistic liberty.
So we're finishing off this week with Florida Man Shaun, and Florida Man has just done a very Florida Man thing. And I think sometimes there's a bit of comfort in knowing that there's just a random, really dumb, crazy story involving Florida Man, that he's done something that, it's a small article, but it made me laugh, because Florida Man with half gallon of Captain Morgan and swords sets fire in road, floods police station.
Gee, fucking hell. That's a busy time for Florida Man, isn't it?
It's a Sunday, so there's nothing better to start the last day of the weekend for this Florida Man. This time, it's 36-year-old Scott Brandon Taylor. Triple barrel name.
Man with three first names.
We don't like it. Somehow we got onto the gag that anyone with 3 first names is immediately evil, and I can't remember how. That's years old, but it's like just a running gag.
That's from the radio. Like,
yeah, because I think 2 first names we said was evil, but 3 first names was really evil. And
if you somehow find someone with 4 first names, it balances out, so they're just grand.
Scott Brandon Taylor, who, and this is my favourite, just like a little hyphen, who happens to be a fire starter and a swordsman.
Oh, fucking varied skill sets. His CV must be unreal.
Hobbies and activities, fire starter and swordsman.
If there's ever a way to guarantee you don't get a job, put fire starter in your hobbies.
I'm a bit of a fire starter. Did you mean up and comer? Like, you're a starter on your own? No, I meant fire starter.
No, with flame. Right.
I like setting small, uncontrolled fires in contained spaces. Is that a problem?
And you say sword fighter. Is that fencing that you're into?
No, it would just be the blade, the katana. Mostly.
Right. The more freeform style of sword fighting.
Yeah, and when would you start in the nursery? Is it 9 to 5 or is it shift work? According to deputies, on Thursday, they arrived at Taylor's home just after 2 a.m. to flames burning in the roadway, and Taylor perched in the yard, holding a sword in one hand, a knife on his belt, and chugging on a half gallon of Captain Morgan's.
Jesus Christ. So a half gallon is like 4 pints.
So they turn up. He's drank half a gallon of Captain Morgan's. He's crouching. He's got a knife on his belt. He's got a sword in his arm. And there's a fire starting in the road. So when they arrive, I'm assuming he has control over that situation. What can they do? Because you've walked into his territory now.
Like he's like... sorry, I've just fucking Googled that bottle and that's ridiculous. That costs $22. What the shit?
You'd be ill. You would be very, very sick.
But if anyone can source it for me... now, what this Florida man has done here is that he's set the field of battle into something that he's comfortable with.
Yeah.
So
they arrive.
They arrive. Fire in one area. Flooding in the other. What's the first thing that's going to happen to that sword?
The flooding hasn't happened yet. So he's shown them that he has control over one element. Now, later on in the story, he will control another. But at
will
this moment,
man become the Avatar master?
At this moment, he's like, flames are my friend. I have this one down.
Badass move would be the police come up, you douse the blade in the Captain Morgan's, sweep it through the fire, and now you have a lightsaber on your hands.
And then swing it around while drinking the rest of the Captain Morgan's, like, yeah.
I'm imagining him dressed like Captain Morgan, like in a full pirate.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, no, he's gone full. He just loves Captain Morgan that much.
Yeah, he loves that spiced rum.
So here's the thing: they somehow corralled him onto the ground. Somehow he lost that fight. I'm assuming because they turned up with guns and he brought a sword to a gunfight, and they said, "Get on the fucking ground or we will kill you." And so eventually they get him into the car because, of course, you can't really set fires, Shaun, and walk around with a big sword while drinking alcohol. I think that's a bad look.
No, I would say one of those things on their own is a slap on the wrist.
The fire.
The fire.
You can set a few fires. Don't worry about it, but just think about it next time.
Look, we all love camping, you know.
But like, I'm setting fire to houses. Is that okay?
It's frowned upon. It's definitely frowned upon.
Homes with kids in it and families.
You know, so you're aware there's kids and families.
Oh, I make sure it's after school. I want them at home. Like.
Oh, you don't give them a chance, do you?
No. I make sure I watch them walk in with their bags, put it down, and they hug their parents. They go, "Oh, I'm home from the," and that's when I start getting the gasoline. That's when I start going.
Right. Okay. Well, look.
Slap on the wrist, officer. Is that how this is going?
I'm going to give you a fine.
$50.
$50.
That's a $50 fine, sir. Oh, fuck. So he gets arrested. They get him back to the station. They get him in a holding cell. And Florida man, so far, I mean, they've taken him down from his strongest point. So at this point, they're thinking, right, that's the end of that chapter. They've flicked the scarf around. It's done. While in a holding cell, Taylor had a change of heart and reversed course on starting fires. Turning to a fire sprinkler head, Taylor intentionally broke it off and flooded his cell and the whole police station. So...
Fuck. And as we all know, Florida man, amphibious. Like, can't survive on land or in water.
So he is now... They were like, well, he's not going to go near the water. Like, he showed us he loves fire. He's a fire-type Pokemon. He fucked the whole thing up. He's going Hydro Pump straight away. Now he's taking that down. That's all going mad.
It's like, what's his name? Wishy-Washy in Pokemon Moon. He has that move, Scald. It's a water-fire-type move, Connor. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Is Florida man... He's adapting now to as the battle progresses. He changes tactics when things aren't working. Yeah,
I think so. I genuinely like. So we have water and fire. Next is air. I mean that's your standard vape cloud you can control, and then earth, which
earthquake.
Is Florida prone to earthquakes?
Florida man can start one. I mean, somehow. Okay. I'm assuming there's some sort of machine he can He can create.
He's got that earthquake machine that he built. Yeah,
the earthquake machine. I've seen it in the Flash TV show. It is indeed true.
So, look, it's only a matter of time before he conquers the fifth element, which is the spirit.
Is it? What's the fifth one?
It could also be Mila Jovovich.
Oh, well done. Yes.
Yeah.
Shaun, what are our thoughts here on Florida Man? This man, I think, he arrived ready for battle. He immediately got defeated, but then he was like, I can't go down that easy. I have to bring something else here and fuck up these people's days somehow. Bit of shithousery.
Yeah. I think Florida Man is the embodiment of, like, it's not about winning. Yeah. It's about sending a message.
And he just wants to... He might not win, but he's making sure you don't win either. Like, you don't come out of it feeling like you won.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No one wins in that scenario. Like, it's just about chaos.
He ruined so many police, I'm assuming, cases. Because they're all flooded now.
And there's probably a bunch of people in that, like, police station who are in for, like, minor things and are just in for a few hours while they process them.
Setting fire to houses.
Yeah. But now they all have pneumonia.
Ah, for God's sake. No, how many fires do we have to set to get their heat right?
Have to balance it out with the smoke.
Shaun, I think that's it for this week's Weird News.
What a week, Connor. We've learned a lot about everyone involved, I think. We've learned that we're...
Mostly you climbing walls and your granddad saving your life.
Yeah, and you crying and being in that tree till this day.
That's where I record now. People said it's not going to work. I said no. Throw up my microphone. Let's
Timber
do it.
Has excellent acoustics, it turns out. But would you like me to take us out, Connor?
Yes, please.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We will be back this Friday with Hero or Zero, next Monday with Movie Mondays, and next Wednesday with another episode of Weird News Wednesdays. Big thanks to everyone who supports us over on the old Patreon page. Big shout-outs go to the award-nominated host of Waffles and Mario Talk About Things, Waffles, from... Oh, it kills me every time. Aotearoa New Zealand.
Waffles actually sent on the correct pronunciation of how to say that, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to allow you to keep saying it how you want.
Oh, Aotearoa, Aotearoa, Areola.
It's braid. His braid.
Waffles from New Zealand. Congratulations again, Waffles, by the way. Big thanks also go to Ciara Lawler, David Clarke, Ed Ball, Joe Burney, Róisín, Schrödóisìn, Hally, Ryan, Right Time, Evanson, Shaun, Heroes Don't Do That, Jamieson, Dominic, Jessiah, Florida Gal Green, Anna, Team Irish Walrus, Hjelmroos, Lil Dicky. That night they handed out some gifts to the other people, McGrew, Danny McLaughlin, Ray, I can't believe Wanda did this, and Sammy DeLucia. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support of the show. We really do appreciate it. We do have movie reviews, TV show reviews, Disney Plus reviews. They're all up over on the Patreon. $5 or more a month gets you access to that. So the link to that is in the description. Also a link is to our Twitter, @HeroesForHirePod, the 4 is the number 4, Facebook, Detective Divilment's discussion group, or Heroes for Hire Podcast. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast, but the best way you can ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
And I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I have been Connor Lawler.
I have been Shaun Meehan.
And we shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.